Hi, Scott. ROCKFILE back with another podcast review. Going to talk about the 1968 French science fiction film, Je t'aime, je t'aime. I took 2 years of French and wish I could speak more of it. I can't really even do pronunciations that well anymore. Alain René? Yeah, the S is silent. Famous French director, had a 6-decade career. This is not considered one of his greatest films. Last year, that movie was considered, but this one now, in retrospect, is about 90% on Rotten Tomatoes and gets really great reviews. Matter of fact, they think it's probably an influence or inspiration for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and may be. The story is about a guy named Claude Rich stars. He's asked to participate in an experiment. He tried to kill himself. When he gets out of the hospital, they want him to, how shall I say, a time travel experiment, basically. They're going to send him back for like 1 minute a year before in his life and want him to come back and talk about it. That's about as normal as the movie gets, and that's the setup. This is a French film from 1968. It looks great in its new 2K edition. It has a 2K restoration on Blu-ray. Really nice little set with a lot of extras. I learned a lot of things, so I give it high marks for that. Je t'aime translates to I love you, I love you. And yes, it is a science fiction film, but it has no science fiction tropes. There's a little bit of machinery in the film, and that's about it. When he starts to time travel, the movie becomes basically memories. He gets to experience different points in his life, and it just kind of rambles through all these different random scenes, and you kind of have to hold on. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'd give away spoilers. A lot of people haven't seen this film. This is its Blu-ray debut, and I don't think it's ever been released in the United States. All of those things said, I've got to see this movie, and since I found a decent copy on my favorite store, Atomic Movie Store, I shipped it with a few other things, so it wouldn't cost me any shipping. And it was really an interesting watch. The special edition is very nice. It's got a nice booklet in it for something that, is not going to be a million seller. This is a really nice package. Well, like I said, I learned a lot about French cinema from the late 60s that I didn't know watching the extras, and know more about this guy's career because I have seen a couple of his other movies long before I was reviewing things or really paid attention to such things. I think you would like this if you like things like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's definitely French language and subtitled. There is no English dub on this version of the film. And that's fine with me. Like I said, I took 2 years of French, and although I don't really pick up a whole lot by ear, between the subtitles and not having to watch them because a lot of this is visual, I was able to enjoy the film. I don't think it's for everybody. I think you would go, okay, that was an interesting thing. And in the end, it has an interesting wrap-up as well. But like I said, most of the movie is him going through random times in his life. It's not really as science fiction-y as you think, other than this is literally time travel. But is it? Or is he doing it in his head? That's another one of the questions that they answer at the end, or try to answer. You have to be the judge in the end. I think it's a really well-made film, especially when it probably didn't have a big old budget. It made $3 million back in 1968, so I guess that's pretty good, actually. Again, not considered one of his best films, but in retrospect, it has come up higher on his list of films. But he's got a 6-decade career, so if you like this and the lyrical, visual style that he has, I would check out some of his other movies. Highly recommend. And if this sounds interesting to you, and if you're a student of film, especially French or foreign films, this is definitely worth picking up and having in the collection for the education you will get from all of the extras. Wanting to dance around spoilers and such, I'll just say that if any of this sounds interesting, I would pick up Je t'aime. I love you, I love you. If you can glean from that, a guy bouncing through his life and trying to see maybe, can he fix things? Can he change things? Is this all in his head? Is it a dream? You be the judge. It's one of those kind of movies, and you may enjoy it for that reason. It doesn't get my highest recommendation, but for the aforementioned reasons, I would say, yeah, you should pick it up. Check it out. Or if you get it on streaming, definitely give it a watch. If you can make it to the end, you'll probably be rewarded by the experience. Je t'aime. It's available now on Blu-ray only in the United States. It's a 1966 French science fiction film without the tropes, but does have a lot of the thinking. So enjoy. I'm Scott. I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way, so please like it, share it, and subscribe to it if you are so inclined, and have a spectacular day.